this pattern of an amazing cavalier attitude towards classified information is reckless, sloppy, and stealthy. Perhaps,
Senator, you need to do better. You need to do better.
The White House has confirmed that the Atlantic's editor-in-chief, Jeffrey Goldberg, was mysteriously added to a signal group where senior US officials were allegedly discussing military operations against the Houthis in Yemen.
I get a message request to connect with Mike Waltz, who's the National Security Advisor, or someone who's purporting to be Mike Waltz. Not an unusual thing in Washington. I'm a journalist. I've met him in the past. So I accept it. Nothing happens. I sort of forget about it. And then a couple of days later, I'm added to a group of seemingly very, very high national security officials of the United States, up to and including the Vice President, J.D. Vance. Mike Waltz puts this group together and says that it's a planning group for essentially upcoming action in Yemen. I think that this is a spoof. I think that someone is running a hoax. So I tracked this for a while, obviously, to see what was going on and see who was trying to entrap me or trick me. And then by Saturday, the 15th, it became abundantly clear that, or at least it became sort of overwhelmingly clear to me that this was a real group.
The revelation has set off alarm bells about the use of encrypted messaging apps at the highest levels of government. So, what exactly is Signal? Is it safe? And more importantly, is its use in the context against the law? Let's break it down. Signal is a free open source messaging app that launched in 2012. It boasts end-to-end encryption, meaning no third party, not even Signal itself, can access users' messages. With over 70 million users worldwide, the app has become a go-to for journalists, activists, and apparently senior US officials. Unlike mainstream messaging platforms, Signal does not store user data on servers and allows messages to disappear after a set period. It has also gained popularity as a privacy-focused alternative to WhatsApp, especially after Meta's controversial 2021 privacy policy changes. Signal's strong encryption means that no government or hacker can easily intercept messages, making it a powerful tool to secure communications. But that same feature raises serious concerns when used for government business. The uproar began when Goldberg, the Atlantic's editor, disclosed that he was added, accidentally or intentionally, to a Signal group chat that included top US officials. Among them, National Security Advisor Michael Waltz, Vice President J.D. Vance, and Pete Hegseth. The group reportedly was discussing plans for a US military strike on the Houthis in Yemen. On Sunday, the US did in fact launch a decisive and powerful airstrike. The bombshell revelation has spiked a major debate. Was this simply a casual, off-the-record conversation among officials? Or did it violate national security laws? The answer is complicated. Using Signal is not illegal. In fact, journalists and even government officials routinely use encrypted apps for secure conversations. A recent AP investigation found that more than 1,100 government workers, including federal and state officials, use Signal. But here's the catch. The US government has strict rules about discussing classified or sensitive information. The Espionage Act prohibits unauthorized handling of national defense information. If war plans were indeed discussed in the Signal group, it could be a serious breach. Furthermore, federal law requires government officials to preserve records. Signal's disappearing messages, a direct violation of those requirements. Adding another layer of complexity, top officials are required to use secure communication facilities, known as SCIFs, for classified discussions. These facilities don't even allow personal cell phones inside. So, why were senior officials allegedly coordinating a military operation on an encrypted app? The Biden administration confirmed the authenticity of the messages and said the matter is under review. Officials insist that there was no national security breach and that the Yemen strike was executed flawlessly. Meanwhile, Pete Hegseth downplayed the controversy, telling the Washington Post nobody was texting war plans. As for Donald Trump, he has distanced himself, telling reporters, "I don't know anything about it. You're telling me for the first time." The big question now is, will there be consequences? If investigators determine that classified information was shared improperly, officials in the Signal group could face serious scrutiny, even legal action. This controversy also reignites the debate about encrypted messaging in government. Should officials be allowed to use apps like Signal for sensitive discussions? Or does this pose a dangerous loophole in national security protocols? One thing is certain, this story isn't over yet.